A historic moment in their efforts to resolve one of the world's most enduring conflicts, a ceasefire deal between Israel and Hamas following 2 years of devastation in Gaza. Hopes are high, but so are doubts. Past efforts have repeatedly failed to deliver lasting peace. In 1978, the Camp David Accords brought Israel and Egypt together under President Jimmy Carter. But Palestinians were largely sidelined, and key issues like refugees and the status of Jerusalem went unaddressed. In 1991, under President George Bush, the Madrid Conference marked the first time Israelis and Palestinians engaged in direct talks. While historic, the conference produced no binding agreements and negotiations soon stalled. The Oslo Accords of 1993 and 1995 under President Bill Clinton brought mutual recognition and led to creation of the Palestinian Authority. But in the years that followed, several Palestinian leaders were assassinated, and Israel maintained tight control over Palestinian territories, ultimately derailing the process. In 2000, a second Camp David summit once again brought leaders together. But the talks collapsed shortly after Israeli opposition leader Ariel Sharon, escorted by hundreds of Israeli police, entered the vicinity of Al-Aqsa Mosque, the third holiest site in Islam. In 2003, President George W. Bush backed a roadmap for peace, a two-state plan without any enforcement mechanism. Meanwhile, Israeli settlements expanded and Palestinian political divisions deepened. During the Obama administration, Secretary of State John Kerry launched renewed peace talks, setting himself a 9-month deadline. Despite intense shuttle diplomacy, ongoing Israeli settlement expansion, and Israel's war on Gaza led to another collapse in negotiations. In 2020, the Trump administration unveiled its so-called deal of the century, but the plan, drafted without Palestinian input, heavily favored Israeli positions and was swiftly rejected by the Palestinian leadership. Instead, it paved the way for the Abraham Accords, normalization deals between Israel and several Arab states, while leaving the Israeli-Palestinian conflict unresolved. Now, in October 2025, another agreement is signed in Sharm el-Sheikh, Egypt, brokered with the backing of Egypt, Qatar and Turkey, and once again led by Donald Trump. But major issues, including who will govern Gaza, the status of Hamas, long-term security, borders and Palestinian statehood, remain unresolved. Earlier in the day, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, addressing the Knesset just before Trump, reaffirmed Israel's claims over all of Jerusalem, the Golan Heights and the entire West Bank, with no objection from Trump. Now, with Netanyahu signaling further land annexation, the U.S. maintaining its historic pro-Israel stance and no defined political future for Palestinians, the path to peace remains as elusive as ever. Resul, Serdar, Al Jazeera.
Don't miss out. Get the full picture. Subscribe to Al Jazeera for reliable news, expert insight. Like, share, stay ahead.